you did not arrive here by chance. You arrived because your soul recognized a call it has been waiting for thousands of years. As you receive these words, an ancestral energy that has remained silent for more than 12 millennia begins to awaken within you like a cosmic volcano on the verge of eruption. The ancient masters called it the moment of the golden eagle, the sacred instant when the human spirit remembers its true nature and decides to unfurl its wings. It is the moment when the invisible chains that have kept you limited and bound for decades begin to disintegrate effortlessly, revealing the greatness that has always been within you. This is not just any message. What you are about to discover has the power to change forever the way you understand your life and your purpose on this planet. Right now, as you listen and feel, the angels are preparing an extraordinary movement in your energy field. They have guarded this secret for millennia, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal it, and today that moment has arrived. The most surprising thing is that this revelation does not require years of practice or endless sacrifices. You only need 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes can transform your reality in such a radical way that even science has been forced to acknowledge it. This is not blind faith or empty theory. It is the activation of a spiritual technology proven capable of erasing blockages, healing deep wounds, and opening portals to higher dimensions of your being. If this message has reached you today, it is not by chance. It is because your soul was ready to hear it. You have been called to an awakening that admits no delay. Your current vibration, your state of consciousness, and the precise point where you find yourself have created the perfect condition to receive and anchor this energy. What you are feeling in your heart, whether a gentle tingling or an inexplicable certainty, is the unmistakable sign that the truth is resonating with you. You are about to come into contact with a violet flame, a living, intelligent, transformative force that, in just 5 minutes, can rewrite the story of your soul. The law of transmutation and why it works. Everything in the universe vibrates, everything moves, and nothing remains static. From the tiniest particles to the farthest galaxies, all obey the law of vibration. This law is the foundation of spiritual transmutation, and it is precisely in that invisible territory that the violet flame acts. We are not speaking of an ordinary fire or a mere mental image. The violet flame is a living frequency of light that dissolves stagnant, crystallized patterns in the deepest layers of your energy body. Every thought you have held, every repeated emotion, has created forms that float in your auric field like dense clouds. When you invoke the flame, these forms unravel at their origin, freeing space for new, clear, elevated energy to enter. When you enter this frequency, something wonderful happens. Your nervous system abandons the constant contraction that keeps it on alert and begins to recover its natural rhythm. The heart takes the lead, and the mind turns down its volume, ceasing to be a tyrant and becoming an instrument at the service of your being. You no longer force results with exhausting effort or try to control the uncontrollable. You simply remove the resistance that was blocking the natural flow of life. That is true alchemy, allowing the intelligence of love to do for you what human will alone could never sustain. The violet flame does not fight darkness, it transmutes it. It does not push, wound, or repress. It lifts, transforms, and liberates. And in so doing, it proves that true strength is not measured by hardness, but by the ability to convert pain into wisdom, fear into confidence, and the past into learning. The call of your soul and why it is today. Nothing you are living is accidental. The universe has a secret mathematics, a perfect symphony that determines when your soul is ready to receive the right revelation. And that moment is today. For years you gathered lessons, stumbles, falls, and resurrections. Every experience, even the most painful, was a key placed on your path to open precisely this door. The pain, the doubt, and the searching were not punishment. They were the exact training that prepared you to hold the vibration now activating within you. Your soul chose this moment because you reached the spiritual maturity at which you can no longer walk half-heartedly. What yesterday looked like confusion reveals itself today as a sign. What yesterday seemed like chance is now understood as destiny. Everything you lived was the antechamber to the awakening that begins now. The call of your soul does not shout, impose, or threaten. It whispers with strength, touches the heart with a fire that does not go out, and shows up as synchronicities, dreams, and messages like this one. You feel it because it vibrates in you, not because anyone imposes it. If these words resonate, if your chest expands and your mind quiets, even for an instant, it is because you are ready. Your soul asked for this revelation, and the universe responded. Today is not just another day on the calendar. It is the beginning of a new way of existing, the confirmation that your spiritual destiny can no longer wait. Saint Germain and the memory of the violet flame. The violet flame was not born in this generation, nor is it a modern invention for curious seekers. It is an ancient inheritance, a spiritual jewel transmitted in silence from master to disciple, heart to heart, guarded in secret orders and carefully protected by those who understood its power. For centuries, this subtle fire was reserved only for the highest initiates. It was a privilege, a state secret of the spirit. And yet now, in times of mass awakening, the veil has been lifted. Humanity as a whole has access to what was once hidden. Saint Germain, the mysterious count whom history never fully deciphered, was one of its most illustrious guardians. Accounts describe him as a man who mastered spiritual alchemy to such an extent that he prolonged his life for more than 3 centuries without showing signs of aging. For him, matter was malleable, reality obeyed the power of consciousness, and eternal youth was not a myth but the natural consequence of vibrational mastery. His secret was not an elixir hidden in bottles but the conscious, systematic use of the violet flame. He understood that this energy not only purifies and transmutes, it rewrites the energetic code of existence. What seemed immutable became flexible. What seemed lost regenerated. What seemed final transformed into a new beginning. Today you can access the same power that sustained Saint Germain. This is not a romantic story about a figure of the past, but a practical key arriving in your hands because humanity is ready to make a collective leap. When you correctly invoke the violet flame, you enter the same current of light used by the great spiritual alchemists of all times. Then your life ceases to obey only the linear laws of matter and begins to respond to the quantum intelligence of consciousness. The 5-minute method, step by step. The time for practice has arrived. Here theory becomes experience, and the violet flame stops being a concept to become living energy within you. This method lasts barely 5 minutes, yet its power can alter the course of your entire life. You need no prior preparation, no complicated rituals, no years of discipline, only presence, willingness, and openness. Step 1. Quantum dimensional preparation, 45 seconds. Stand if possible, with bare feet directly on the ground. If you cannot, do it seated, but verticality connects you more directly with the planet's energy column. Gently close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. With each exhalation, imagine releasing invisible layers of fatigue, fear, and accumulated pain. It is an act of surrender. You tell your body it is safe to lower its defenses and receive. Your nervous system recognizes this signal and begins to enter a sacred state of total receptivity. Step 2. Invocation of cosmic power, 60 seconds. Place both hands over your heart and feel the rhythmic beat beneath your palms. That pulse is your direct connection to life. Now declare with a firm, clear, heartfelt voice, I now invoke the omnipotent presence of Saint Germain's transmuting violet flame. May all dense energy that does not serve my highest good be dissolved and transformed into pure light. I open without reservation to this sacred transformation. I allow this alchemy to rewrite every atom of my being. These words are not empty phrases. They are vibratory codes that activate specific frequencies in your energy field. Your spiritual DNA recognizes them and responds immediately, as if they had been engraved within you from the beginning. Step 3. Ignition of the inner fire, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Visualize a bright violet flame lighting within your chest. It is not physical fire but liquid, cool, loving light that transmutes and elevates everything it touches. Let it grow until it covers your chest and then expands to your head, illuminating thoughts and memories, to your abdomen, releasing dense emotions, to your arms and hands, activating your creative power, to your legs and feet, connecting you to the earth. Breathe slowly and deeply, as if you were inhaling the flame into your blood and it were traveling through your entire body. Every cell, every atom, every particle is enveloped in this transforming light. Step 4. Quantum multidimensional expansion, 90 seconds. Now expand the flame beyond your body. Imagine a violet field 3 meters in diameter completely enveloping you. This luminous sphere penetrates all layers of your aura: etheric, emotional, mental, and causal. Feel it dissolving ancient traumas, family blocks, inherited fears, and memories of past lives. It is like bathing in a waterfall of liquid light that washes away decades of accumulated weight. Step 5. Spiritual genetic reprogramming, 75 seconds. Maintain the visualization of your expanded field and declare with authority, all dense energy in my life is now transmuted into unconditional love, infinite abundance, and deep peace. My past no longer has power over my present. I am free to consciously create the reality my soul chose. My highest potentials activate now. I am a magnet for miracles, opportunities, and synchronicities. These words program your frequency in the quantum field, setting new coordinates for your life. Finally, imagine a crystalline golden seal surrounding your violet field. Declare, "This transformation is sealed and protected by the highest golden light of the universe. Nothing and no one can reverse this transmutation. It is permanently inscribed in my spiritual DNA. I am a new being." 5 minutes. That is all you need to begin a radical transformation. The key is not complexity, but the purity of your intention and the consistency of your practice. Signs of integration and confirmation in your life. When you work with the violet flame, changes are neither theoretical nor abstract. They manifest in your body, your mind, and your daily life so clearly that you cannot deny them. Transformation unfolds in layers and shows undeniable signs that appear within the first hours and days after practice. Within the first 4 hours, you will feel an unexplainable lightness, as if an invisible 50-kilo backpack you didn't realize you were carrying had slipped from your shoulders. Your breathing becomes freer, your posture more upright, and your presence more serene. Suddenly, problems that looked like insurmountable mountains begin to appear as small stones you can move off the path. Unexpected mental clarity arrives, as if you had wiped clean a fogged window and could now see what once seemed confusing. Within the first 24 hours, what many call the explosive synchronicity syndrome appears. Suddenly, events that seemed isolated start connecting perfectly in your favor. People you needed to contact cross your path at the exact moment. Information you had searched for over months comes to your hands effortlessly. Solutions to old problems present themselves from completely unexpected angles. Your ability to manifest accelerates, and you notice how what you think begins to materialize with surprising speed. Within the first 72 hours, the process deepens through your dreams and your energy field. Confusing nightmares begin to transform into inspiring visions, symbolic encounters with guides, or clear messages that orient your decisions. Your intuition becomes so precise you will know things without knowing how you know them. Authentic relationships blossom naturally, while those that tied you to pain dissolve gently, without struggle. Your creativity ignites, forgotten projects come back to life, and financial opportunities may arise from places you never thought to look. These signs confirm that the violet flame is acting on all your levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. They are not illusions or auto-suggestion. They are proof that your energy field is being recalibrated and that the entire universe is responding to your new vibration. What matters is that you do not fear these signs. Even if, in the first days, sadness, anger, or memories of the past arise, understand that these are not setbacks but residues surfacing to be released. Let them go. Drink water, rest, walk, write down what you feel. You are being cleansed in the deepest way. Transformation is already underway. What you see, feel, and dream is living evidence that your soul has entered a new cycle. Advanced violet flame techniques. Once you master the basic 5-minute practice, you can explore advanced variations that amplify and expand its effects. These techniques have been transmitted through various schools of wisdom and are now available so your transformation can be even deeper and more conscious. The violet flame toward the past. After activating the flame in your present, direct its light toward specific memories that still cause you pain. Visualize your younger self surrounded by this protective, loving energy. See how the wound lights up, how fear dissolves, and how that version of you is embraced by the peace it always deserved. You do not change the facts, but you do change the emotional imprint they left. This practice cuts the repetition of patterns and releases the burden your system has carried for years. Quantum future projection. Likewise, you can send the flame toward events that have not yet occurred but generate anxiety. See yourself in that meeting, that decision, that important conversation, completely enveloped by violet light. Watch how everything flows with calm, assurance, and confidence. By doing this, you program your quantum field to attract the best version of that future. The transmuting tornado. On days of extreme density, imagine the flames swirling around you like a vortex of violet light. This whirlwind pulls up and dissolves heavy energetic residues, emotional parasites, and collective burdens you may have absorbed without realizing it. It is a quick, powerful purification for after-charged environments, arguments, or intense experiences. The molecular crystalline flame. Visualize the energy not only as fire, but as flowing liquid amethyst crystals moving through your body. This variation acts at the deepest level, the molecular structure. It reorganizes patterns in the very fabric of your being, favoring physical healing processes, rejuvenation, and greater mental clarity. Those who practice it report tangible changes in health, vitality, and even appearance. The violet breath. Accompany the practice with your breathing. Inhale imagining that you absorb pure violet light, and exhale visualizing that you release density, fear, and tension. This conscious breathing oxygenates your blood with transmuting energy, carrying light to every cell and creating an optimal physiological state for regeneration. These advanced techniques do not replace the basic practice, they complement it. They allow you to work across time, body, and consciousness in a broader way, accelerating your transformation and expanding your influence as a channel of light. The 7 mistakes that block transmutation. Working with the violet flame is powerful, but like all sacred alchemy, it requires purity of intention and coherence. There are common mistakes that, without realizing it, can block results. Knowing them is the first step to avoiding them and ensuring that your transformation is total and lasting. The first mistake is doubt disguised as realism. When you think, "I'll try, but I don't think it will work," you are already closing the door. Energy responds to your vibrational faith, not to your mental reservations. The solution is to declare before each practice, "I choose to believe completely in this transformation and I open to it without resistance." The second mistake is impatience. Expecting immediate results in every area and quitting if they don't appear in hours or days is self-sabotage. The flame works with intelligence, prioritizing what you most need to heal. Trust the process and remember that depth requires consistency. The third mistake is inconsistency. Practicing intensely for a few days and then stopping for weeks creates an unstable field. The flame generates energetic momentum, and its strength grows with regularity. The key is loving discipline, A small daily ritual at the same time, in the same space. The fourth mistake is perfectionism. Some obsess over visualizing every detail or feeling something spectacular. That rigidity blocks flow. The flame responds to the sincere intention of the heart, not to mental perfection. Relax and allow it to act. The fifth mistake is comparison with others. Every soul has a different map. One person may experience physical healing, another an emotional opening or a leap in abundance. Do not compare your process. Celebrate each sign, however small it may seem, because it is evidence that the energy is working in you. The sixth mistake is using the practice only in crisis. If you treat it as an emergency remedy, you will limit its power. The violet flame is most effective when it becomes preventive, a spiritual way of life. Practice also on good days to elevate your vibration even more. The seventh mistake is neglecting the physical body. Energetic transmutation needs a clean, available vehicle. If you do not hydrate, rest, or nourish yourself coherently, your body will not sustain the changes. Support it by drinking water, resting as needed, and choosing living foods that nourish your new frequency. Avoiding these 7 mistakes puts you on the right path so that each violet flame practice is deep, stable, and lasting. When you remember them, you won't feel frustrated if you slip. You will have clarity to correct course and return to the path of transformation. Your identity as a planetary transmuter of light. The practice of the violet flame is not merely a personal resource to heal wounds or ease tension. It is much more. Each time you invoke it, you awaken a cosmic identity that has slept deep within you. You are not only a human being seeking relief, you are a planetary transmuter of light incarnated in this time of universal transition. Your soul chose to be here and now because it possesses a unique quality, the capacity to transform density into light. While others feel the weight of the world as a burden, you can feel it as raw material for spiritual alchemy. The collective sadness, anger, and fear circulating on the planet are not obstacles for you. They are fuel for the violet fire dwelling in your heart. Each personal practice does not end with you. Your vibrational waves expand to your family, your community, and your immediate environment, then interweave with the energetic web of all humanity. What you cleanse in yourself is cleansed in thousands. What you elevate in your field elevates those around you, even if they do not know it. This means your personal transformation is, in truth, a collective service. It is not about escaping life but illuminating it from within. Each time you choose the violet flame, you help the whole earth breathe more lightly. That is your true mission, to be a conscious channel of transmutation, a silent agent of planetary evolution. The more consistent you are in practice, the more magnetic you become. People you do not even know will feel trust approaching you, share their pain, and seek your presence without understanding why. It is not a coincidence. They perceive in your energy the safety, calm, and peace you emanate. You will not need to convince anyone of anything. Your very vibration will be the message. When you remember this, your life takes on a new purpose. You no longer walk as an isolated individual, but as a point of light in a cosmic network larger than yourself. That is the true gift of the violet flame. It not only liberates you, it reminds you who you really are. The 30-day plan to consolidate your transformation. The power of the violet flame does not reside only in a single practice, but in consistency. 5 minutes a day, sustained for 30 consecutive days, are enough to transform your energy field and rewrite your life experience in an irreversible way. This plan is not rigid, but it is sacred. It requires absolute commitment to yourself. Consistency is the key that multiplies results, because each day accumulates vibrational momentum that strengthens the alchemy begun. Days 1 to 10. Deep cleansing. In each practice, focus the violet flame on releasing guilt, resentment, and memories of pain that still weigh within. See them as dense smoke dissolving into light. Your task in this stage is to empty, release, and make space. Days 11 to 20. Specific areas. Direct the energy to concrete areas of your life. Choose a relationship, a fear, a destructive habit, or a situation that has repeated for years. Envelop that point with the violet flame and declare your freedom from it. Here the process becomes more specific. You work with the roots that were sabotaging your expansion. Days 21 to 30. Creation. Do not only cleanse, plant. Visualize yourself living the life your soul truly desires. Calmer, more abundant, more authentic. Declare that your present and your future are being written by the intelligence of love. Here you begin to live from your purpose, not from your wound. Throughout the process, keep a spiritual journal. After each session, note what you felt, which emotions arose, your dreams at night, the day's synchronicities. At the end of the 30 days, review your notes and contemplate the change. You will see a before and after in your vibration, your thoughts, and the opportunities life offers you. This 30-day plan is not an external challenge. It is a pact with yourself, the conscious decision not to postpone your awakening any longer and to give your soul the chance to unfold its highest potential. You have walked a sacred path, from understanding the law of transmutation to the 5-minute practice, through the signs, advanced techniques, mistakes to avoid, and the revelation of your true identity as a planetary transmuter of light. All this knowledge is not theory, it is activation. It did not arrive to entertain you. It came to ignite the spark that was already waiting within you. The universe rarely repeats the same invitation to a soul. If this revelation came to you today, it is because this is your moment. Your past no longer has power over your present. Your energetic chains no longer dictate who you are. The violet flame offers you the key to enter a new life, freer, more conscious, more aligned with your eternal purpose. Now 2 paths lie before you. The first is to continue as before, hoping things will change on their own, postponing your greatness and resigning yourself to a life of unrealized potential. The second is to accept this revelation as the sign your soul was waiting for and commit to the practice for 30 days, without excuses and without interruption. If you choose the second path, your existence will be unrecognizable in just 1 month. Not because the external world has changed, but because you will have awakened the consciousness that transforms everything it touches. You will be a beacon in the midst of confusion, a channel of peace where there once was noise, a transmuter of light who uplifts not only your own life but that of everyone around you. This is your portal. Your moment is now. Answer the call of your soul. Practice, share, expand. And if this message has touched the deepest fibers of your being, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to keep receiving these revelations and come back to watch this video whenever you need to remember your power. The violet flame is already lit in your heart. Transformation has begun. Your new life is waiting.